Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Saturday, April 10th, 2022, and I'm going to do another update video. Yeah, it's an update video because I don't have the heads here yet. I know I said I was going to have the heads here, but I don't have the heads here yet. We'll get back to that in a minute. You know, like I always do, I want to check my Tony Live on YouTube and see how we're doing. You know, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Last time I had 71, and now we've got 78 subscribers. So welcome, 78 subscribers. And certainly the newest seven new subscribers. Gosh, that's pretty great. So I guess the word's starting to get out. So I hope to get to 100 subscribers, you know, before we go live to try to start this car. You know, that's the whole idea. I just want to make it easy so people can find me. That's all. But here, so on this video, we're going to go ahead and take care of this pulley right here. That's the thing we're going to be working on. That's what I'm going to be replacing. And the reason for that is everything in this whole car I go through since I took it out. Now I'm going through it before I put it back in. And I didn't like that pulley. So we're changing that. And you can see how I go through every single part. Because eventually, I guess you probably will see how I go through every single part. But I don't know. The head's not supposed to be here, I guess, until the late of next week. You know, no worry to tell you why. Doesn't matter. But it looks like late next week is when I'll get the head. So, you know, it's going to be another one of these videos probably next week. And who knows? Who knows for sure? But that's what's going to happen. But look, if you're not yet a subscriber, become one. I'm trying to get to 100, as you can see. I'm getting better, right? We're getting close. We're getting close. So the main reason for that, like I said, is just so I can tell people to get here. It's not an ego thing. You know, I just want to make it easy so people can find us, and then we can go live when we start this car. It'd be kind of fun to have a nice big event and have a lot of people attend, and you can see me lose my mind, right? All right, well, let's get going on this video, and like I said, I'll try to keep you guys updated. Once a week, I'll do something, you know, and we'll keep you going. All right, so I'll talk to you guys next time. This is the belt tensioner. That does not flow very smoothly. We might have to replace that. We'll see. After I've got it all cleaned up and everything, and I've oiled this, I mean, it moves okay. Right? A lot better than it did. And but this hole right here, when I think, you know, somebody's trying to use the wrong kind of tool on that. That's stripped out. So I purchased a new bolt for that. I might have an old stock one because I was worried about this before. You can see it's working a lot better than it was. So, still spinning. I'd say that kind of makes noise, wouldn't you? I mean, it's moving now. So I'm concerned that these bearings are rusted. This would just be a temporary fix. And I went ahead and I ordered all the mounting bolts, because if you remember, this is where the air conditioner mounts, and there was missing bolts, so I went ahead and purchased these bolts. So here's this pulley. I cleaned it, and you can see how it turns. Not that great in comparison to a new one. Alright, so this is a new old stock. These numbers on the wheel are identical. This number here and this number. So what I did is I ordered, I'll switch. On eBay, I found old stock, and that's item number 143. Okay, so that's supposedly the pulley and the bracket. I picked this thing up for $20 on eBay. They're what did that say it is? They say it's $166. So, but yeah, I was able to pick that up for about $20. Now, there is a difference, however. The part number that shows here is not the same as what's on the original. The original shows the 117 number. If this bracket is okay, I prefer to stay with this bracket and just remove the pulley from here and just replace the pulley, because you can see it's rounded. It's not completely rounded. I'll be able to get it out, but there's the part number for that. But I would like to try to take it off the actual pulley and replace the pulley. So I'm going to try to do that with my impact. I don't know if it's possible. I don't have any clue. So this is the first for everybody. So looks like those suckers are on there. I don't think we're going to get that off with this impact. I have a bigger impact. Well, that made it easy. It's tapered. Exactly what I thought would be, you'd be able to see there. And there it is. There's your pulley. All right. So now that we got that off, let's get this big boy off of here. I would like to try to do it by hand first, if it's possible. Because we did turn the whole thing, so we know the thing turns. There we go. Didn't have to use an impact. All right, so these are identical. You can see that the insides here are, I can just put this on here and be done with it. Okay, so I want to use my original bracket. And the reason for that is there's nothing wrong with this bracket, but it has the original identification. And you know how I am about being a purist. I mean, I won't even paint this. I will only clean it. I may have to paint it to protect it, because this is not aluminum. This is steel, so I may go ahead and protect it. But that being said, now that I just temporarily got this one on here, I want to go ahead and pop this wheel off. We already know we can do it, right? We know we can do it because we did it. So Woohoo! Yeah. Nice. There we go. And I will consider this an old wheel, but I will keep this in case somebody wants to purchase that. All right, so now that I've removed the pulley from the new arm, I have the new pulley now and the new the old arm, because I wanted to keep these original numbers. It was important to me. I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together. So what I wanted to point out, though, is the original nut, or bolt, I should say. This original bolt is 10 millimeter. You can see it's damaged, and that's because of the distance between the arm. So I put the pulley on here, so that distance in here makes it so this thing is either hitting the pulley and you damage the pulley. You know, even getting this thing out of here is difficult, but you're going to either damage the pulley. But the new one, they went ahead and they put 17 millimeter thread on there. So that's going to make it a lot better, so that problem does not exist anymore. So to make this easy, I'm going to go ahead and take your bracket here, and you've got a lock washer and your new bolt, or at least in my case it's a new bolt. If you guys are still using this old bolt, you know, it's probably better off if you just find yourself something that's a 10 millimeter or, you know, a regular bolt. That way there you can easily get behind that, right? You can see what's going to end up happening, right? Once I get this on here. So you can see that it ends up covering. So you can't really, you can, see I can't even get an angle where, but you get it. You can't really get on that, right? So, I mean, you can kind of get it at an angle, but you can see that's at an angle, right? So you're going to end up hitting that pulley, or you're going to end up damaging the threads there. So why not go ahead and just use either a new bolt, which is probably what I recommend. Just get a new one of these. I don't think it was that expensive. And this here is 8 millimeter, the one on the front there. And that's not going to, you don't have to tighten this too tight. I'm just going to basically hand tighten it. And the reason I say that is because this is the direction of the pulley, and that's the direction of tightening. So it's highly unlikely this thing's going to spin off while you're driving your car. Just get that snugged up. All right, so that's all of those. And in the meantime, there's another thing that I do on everything that I've done so far. This here has threads, and this, and that. So, you know, I have a set of chases. So I've already done this when I cleaned it. But I recommend, you know, when you're taking something apart and you're cleaning it and going through it, you can see we've got everything nice and clean. But a lot of times it's hard to get these threads clean. So, but if you can just clean that with solvent and then run your chases through it and clean all those threads out, assembly is going to be a lot better. And anything that needs to be torqued obviously should hopefully torque at factory specifications. So I've already done that, so I'm not going to worry about that. But while I was waiting, these other parts came in. So you can see there that I have, 2 at, and at the top I have 4 at the bottom, and then the right I have 1 at. So that's all the nuts and bolts, or they're all bolts, that I purchased. So that'll take care of this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all of these like this. I'm going to punch a hole through it like that. I'm going to get myself a wire tie. There we go. That way there I can set this aside, because this is obviously not going to be put back into the car right away. But now we've got everything together, we can go ahead and set that aside, and that is now ready for reinstallation.